Hello and welcome to your fine arts video for the week. Would you rather suffer from spontaneous shouting or unpredictable fainting spells? Take a moment to think about it. Okay, our agenda is to begin Unit 7, recognize, draw conclusions, compare, draw, create. Make sure you've taken your 5.17 test. Make sure you use your test and quiz retakes. Remember, you get 3 attempts on quizzes and 2 attempts on tests. 7.08 quiz is due this Thursday. Our learning objective is to select and analyze original artwork to form conclusions about formal qualities, historical and cultural context, intentions, and meanings. All right, this week we're going to be talking about the Renaissance. The Renaissance represents the rebirth of creativity, artistry, and intellectualism that spread throughout Europe from the 14th to 17th centuries. Scholars and artists made discoveries in science, math, literature, and politics. Find the imposter. Who is not a Renaissance artist? I'll give you a second to think about it. It's okay to guess. The answer is Van Gogh. He is not a Renaissance artist. Gothic art period began in France and spread throughout Western Europe. Gothic architecture is characterized by height and luminosity, which people believed brought them closer to heaven. Beautiful sculpture and stained glass fulfilled a practical purpose of telling biblical stories. The church became the major patron of the arts and funded works of architecture, painting, stained glass, metalwork, and sculpture. The Notre Dame Cathedral is a shining example of Gothic architecture. Here we have a QR code for a quick video about the cathedral. If you don't have a QR code reader, we will have the link in the announcements. Did you know that 4 years ago, the Notre Dame almost burnt to the ground? We have another video of it being rebuilt for you to watch. Again, if you don't have a QR reader, we do have the link in your announcements. How do the Ninja Turtles have a connection with the Renaissance? They're all named after Renaissance artists. So we have Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. Take a couple minutes and Google Albrecht Dürer. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, hopefully you've Googled that and have found out a little bit about him, but we're going to go over some things about him. So, Albrecht Dürer was often called the Leonardo of the North. Dürer completed many paintings during his lifetime, but it was his prints that earned him fame and wealth. Ambitious and worldly, Dürer hired an agent to sell his prints and advance his career. Dürer single-handedly changed the art of printmaking. His prints were innovative in their details. He created shading with hatching and cross-hatching and produced darker values by placing the lines close together. And we do have an example of this where it's zoomed in and you can see the hatching and cross-hatching that made the darker values. He made rich, velvety shades of gray by using thousands of thin lines to produce fine detail, texture, and pattern. Even the images on our money are created by engravings. Let's play Dürer You Know. On the next few slides, you'll be asked a series of questions. Don't be afraid to guess. Which sentence describes the difference between these paintings details by Botticelli and Dürer? Dürer's painting shows a Christian influence. Botticelli's has a Gothic influence. B, Botticelli used atmospheric perspective. Dürer used one-point perspective. C, Dürer's has ideal beauty and many details. Botticelli has natural shading and a realistic background. And the answer is C. Dürer's has ideal beauty and many details. Botticelli's has natural shading and a realistic background. Botticelli used natural shading and incorporated roughly 500 identifiable plant species in the scene, including nearly 200 types of flowers in his realistic background. Dürer paints an idealized image of himself. He combines the Italian preference for simplified, idealized beauty with the Northern preference for attention to detail. Your next question is, how did Albrecht Dürer change the engraving process? A, he used thousands of fine lines to create rich texture and values. B, he developed a special ink unlike any ever seen before. C, he used animals and nature in all works he created. Or D, he mixed religious imagery with modern themes. He used thousands of fine lines to create rich textures and values. Now we're going to take a look at German Renaissance artist Matthias Grunewald's Eisenheim's altarpiece. We've got two images here. One of them is shown open and the other is closed. This altarpiece took 4 years to create. German Renaissance artist Matthias Grunewald's Eisenheim's altarpiece uses which convention? A, showing harmony with nature and outdoors. B, the medieval belief that art should communicate a religious idea. Or C, the Italian Renaissance ideal that art should communicate intellectual ideas. And the answer is B, the medieval belief that art should communicate a religious idea. Okay, we would like for you to share your art with us. So how this works, you can post your personal art on our portfolio wall. It's a Padlet. So we do have a QR code there. And again, the link will be in the announcements. These can be any art you're working on or create for fun: drawing, painting, digital art, sculpture, carving, cartoons, manga, etc. Please, no memes. All right, then we have a want to learn more. If you would like a Renaissance overview, you can scan the QR code or the link will be in the announcements for you to watch this video by the Goodbye Art Academy. It's a little bit over 8 minutes long, but it's a really good video about the Renaissance. Lastly, reminders. Make sure you have taken your 5.17 test. Make sure you use your test and quiz retakes. Remember, you have 2 attempts on tests and 3 attempts on quizzes. 7.08 quiz is due this Thursday. We do have a QR code again on here for you. This is for the pacing guide. It has due dates and notes on it. So that would be a good thing for you to bookmark. And again, the link will be in the announcements. Thank you, guys.